New Zealand Breeders' Stakes night about to get underway. Round comes the bunny, just about set to break in the first. Nearly there. Racing, Charlie's Pal gets out nicely the inside and Smart Cookie goes with it early. They'll be followed then up and around the outside. Working Jules trying to get into the party. Madam Ice gets checked there, getting into trouble with that. Then would have been Working Pizzazz as they race across the top. Homebush Toki's well back. So too as they swing the corner Hermione Baxter and Snow Demon up they come out wide. Smart Cookie will see it through from Working Jewel. Charlie's Pal is third to go by. Then Working Pizzazz and Homebush Toki, and back with that was Madam Ice in the last pair. We had Hermione Baxter and Snow Demon. Smart Cookie for John MacArthur and the Silver Gym Syndicate continue good recent success that they've had this litter syndicate, and of course the trainers John and Robin. And from the boxes leapt out nicely. She had up the early pace with Charlie's Pal, and then Working Jewel up and around the outside. Wee bit of trouble here, the 2, the 4. Working Pizzazz trying to work into the clear, took Madam Ice out. Homebush Toki ran the rail. Hermione Baxter and Snow Demon never a factor. 3 of them across the track here in the straight, but Smart Cookie out wide kept up a strong gallop to beat Working Jewel. Just about set to break. Racing, Snapchat, Aldonza just fairly away. Aldonza accelerates now up and around the outside. Homebush Coco going hard early. Kim.com's there as well. Snapchat around the outside. Show 'em Baby's pushed out on that though, and that's the end of its chances. Driving through the inside would have been Alamein Duke to try and get some of this. Well back on the race, we've got Working Opawa Gift. Up they come. Homebush Coco's holding. Homebush Coco scores. Alamein Duke dived late to second, and Aldonza just battled on the run for third. Maybe Kim.com fourth. Working was back with that, and they'd be followed in behind those runners. Power Gift was well back when they crossed with Show 'em Baby, who eased across the top, and Snapchat caught some of that and has finished at the tail. Then off the ballot, Homebush Coco has scored, showed good early pace, and Aldonza went with it. But she's just not quite rounding off her races in New Zealand as strongly as you would like, Aldonza. And the 9 is held here. And then look at the 4, Alamein Duke. Once he found the rail, Snapchat was just in the wrong place, wrong time there outside of Show 'em Baby. And Alamein Duke find the rail and really started to rattle as they come up the straight. Homebush Coco, Aldonza just starting to paddle. And here's Alamein Duke with that last desperate lunge. Just comes up a fraction short. But gee, it was that margin was shortening up all the time. And Kim.com hasn't been too far away either. Sarah's the main off box 2, then Corborn Tip the blue, Alamein Cat the green, and Lulu Blue the outside. Under starter's order, Sweet Ruby Jane's got her nose to the grill. Let's see how she jumps. Just about set. Racing, Sweet Ruby Jane bounds out just okay, gets squeezed up here between My Little Lucifer and Lulu Blue, and bounding to the leaders, Sarah's Domain. She got around the first bend well today. Sweet Ruby Jane got right off on her heels, but she's managed to get around her. Sarah's Domain's got back in the field. There's 2 that have gone down here, the 6 and the 5. My Little Lucifer and Alamein Cat in big trouble. Across the top they come. Now in front is Corborn Tip. Sweet Ruby Jane goes around the outside of that. Further back in the field then to Derby Lane. And behind them, Alamein Cat. Down they come. Sweet Ruby Jane will boot clear to score. Corborn Tip is second. Derby Lane gets to third. And they'd be followed home by Lulu Blue home in fourth. Then we had Ruth's Raider. And then the others that were in trouble, just trying to find them all here. My Little Lucifer and Alamein Cat is coming at the tail of the field. It's still going and on its feet. Gee, that race was a disaster, and I thought it was going to be disastrous for the favourite, Sweet Ruby Jane. But thankfully, she managed to get around okay. I can't find Sarah's Domain. And she's had her problems lately, Sarah's Domain. And she was in front around that first bend, and she got trodden on from behind by Sweet Ruby Jane. And then in the backwash, My Little Lucifer and Alamein Cat were in big trouble. Now, there's the winner, Sweet Ruby Jane, and she was very, very lucky that she's got around in one piece. Bunny to the boxes, just about set. racing. Plan Your Move is the slowest away here. Bolting to the front would have been Jill Sprite, leads out nicely. Pushing through on the inside would have been Legend B. Couple getting around the outside fast here. Now we've got Plan Your Moves up and around the outside of Kinetic Rio. Have moved forward very quickly as they come up towards the corner. Booting into it as well as Matilda's Babe. Plan Your Moves got to the lead. Matilda's Babe gallops to second. Kinetic Rio is third. Big gap back the others. Another Colt after a slow beginning has got through to head them in. Well back with them would have been Hey You. Homebush Domino was well back when they crossed too. It got very tight there going to that first bend with Legend B and Jill Sprite the worst affected. Favourites got there. It's had to come from last. It's had to rely on a bit of trouble up front. It was the slowest to go. Last out of the boxes clearly too. Jill Sprite bounded to the lead. Pushing the inside was Legend B. Homebush Domino around the outside. And then, oh gee, Jill Sprite got galloped on badly there. Came back on a couple and the whole race changed with the 5, the 6, the 7 getting the run. Let's see how he jumps. Round comes the bunny, just about set. Racing, Wicked Spell gets out nicely. Jumping well too would have been Mega Girl and Dipsy Lala. Wicked Spell might get across them, does to the first bend. Wicked Spell from Mega Girl and Dipsy Lala. I'm a Catch trying to get around the outside of That's King. Then Opawa Cassidy. The outside of that El Pinador starts to run and falling away to Noaki Hurricane. Off the back comes Wicked Spell by 5. Mega Girl giving chase. Then That's King. El Pinador around the outside of Opawa Cassidy, who's running on further back then to I'm a Catch. They swing the corner. Wicked Spell comfortably in front. Mega Girl going another big race. Just last for second, I think, with El Pinador lunging. And That's King between that pair. Noaki Hurricane got to the line well with Opawa Cassidy well back. And further back in the race to I'm a Catch, who dropped out along with the Dipsy Lala. Wicked Spell. Wicked run, really. Because he had to clear them at the first bend, and he did. It's not easy to do. And the 3 and the 5 showed good early speed. Wicked Spell. Comfortably clear. Gee, liking the runs of Mega Girl so far. 2 runs in the CD. Just lasted for second, I feel. Bunny on the move, round it comes, just about set to break there now. Racing, Blue Senior, fair break the inside. Homebush Limbo gets out fast with Sheaves Top Notch. Now Blue Senior booting up the inside, then Summer Tension around the outside. Oh, lots of trouble there. One's gone down. Summer Tension's gone down. Booting up and around the outside. Crystal Wave to get some of it as they work to the corner. Blue Senior's kick clear. She's Top Notch trying to come out after it and will get second, third over. Oh, Crystal Wave just there from Kinetic Neo. They'd be followed behind those runners then by Cosmic Choice. Back in the field we had Felia and Homebush Limbo, who was handy to the first bend, got involved in trouble, and the worst of that was copped by Summer Tension, who fell and has come in a long way from them. Well, it's been a good strong performance in the end by Blue Senior off box number 1. Not the best out, but when we pick up the race there had been trouble and he'd pushed through on the inside to a comfortable lead. Crystal Wave had made a fairly moderate beginning but booted into the race quickly. She's Top Notch managed to clear that trouble early. She's gone quite a nice race. Crystal Wave's just held third ahead of Kinetic Neo. Play 6 set. Racing, Shake 'em Up. Ooh, moderate beginning. In fact, it's last, and bounding to the lead was Bitcoin. Corborn Burn going hard with that. Then Botany Pete and another drink here. Shake 'em Up around the outside with big strides. The last pair here are Corborn Raven. Also Jumpin' Sally up to the corner they come. Blasting along in front is Corborn Burn from Bitcoin. Corborn Burn, Bitcoin. Followed home then by another drink. Tight for fourth. Possibly Botany Pete from Shake 'em Up. And the last pair, Corborn Rave and... who was back with that there? Jumpin' Sally, of course. Corborn Burn does the business. Shake 'em Up, slow to go tonight. Couldn't match his brother, Blue Senior. He's a win behind now. He was awkward too. That second bound, it looked uncomfortable from side on. The head-on might tell us Bitcoin bounded to the lead, but Corborn Burn went hard with it the inside. Now an opportunity to shake him up, getting around the outside here of Botany Pete and also another drink. Has been Bev's Viewpoint. Really clever box two. Then Indiana Izmir the blue. Big Time Jet the green. Stay Young the pink. Really clever's $1.70. Let's see how he breaks from box two. Round comes the bunny set. Racing really clever. Stride slow and Punch on Jamie gets out fast and Stay Young's got a leg right across to the lead. Stay Young legs to the lead here. Really clever gets right up on its tail. Around the outside to Bev's Viewpoint gets to third. They'll be followed through then by Barry's Way. Back behind them to What's Up G. Big Time Jet gets around that. Driving through the inside to Indiana Izmir is making good ground, and back last there is Punch on Jamie across the top. Really clever's got past Stay Young. Further back then to Bev's Viewpoint. Indiana Izmir is running past Barry's Way, but down they come. Really clever wins well. Stay Young is second. Indiana Izmir gets to third, then Bev's Viewpoint. Would be followed across in behind them then by Barry's Way. Big Time Jet. The last pair were What's Up G and Punch on Jamie. Good performance here. Really clever, as you would expect. He was not quick out of the boxes though, but gee, that second phase acceleration was there for all to see tonight. Stay Young had burned them to the lead, but when we pick up the replay, Really Clever has whooshed on by. Stay Young has kept going at that one speed and is a clear second. Indiana Izmir has come from the tail of the field early to run into third past Bev's Viewpoint. From the hop though, it was Stay Young who showed the speed out wide and did cut across this field, which wasn't a bad effort. But Really Clever, after just dwelling astride, plenty of room for him to move, and look at him. Just power up in behind, just got the drop on Stay Young. Racing and bolting out MBD puts 3 lengths on them immediately. 8 powers there early, 8 up and around the outside to Sweet Lies. Down the back is poking up between runners. Swap hands out wide. Lost in Light just ahead of that. 8 powers got shuffled back now. And last of all, as they swing the corner, would have been Corborn Banksy. MBD comfortably in front of Down the Back. MBD down the back. Lost in Light got up for third. That was a good effort. And Sweet Lies has been fourth. Homebush Sarge the inside then of 8 power Swapan. And the last to go by Corborn Banksy. Well, she just flew early, MBD, and she's another recently downgraded runner, and she picked the jump expertly, and it was race over. Crikey, 8 powers got the inside there of the safety rail, and he's hopped up on the safety rail. That was agile. Anyhow, so from the boxes, we had Corborn Banksy missing at a mile. We had MBD in front by a mile, and the others were, frankly, just in a ruck as they raced across the top. But MBD, well clear, bolts in at big odds. Down the back's gone a nice race. Another recent downgrader. And then Sweet Lies, fair beginning, booted up, but it's been cut out of third late by Lost in Light, who's come from the midfield to get over the top of Sweet Lies. Ready now. Racing, Gainsford flies out the inside. Stepping out quickly too was Harlem Harker, and Blue and Curly up and around them going into the first bend. Amber Light then gets checked and bounces into Check the Mail, who's in trouble, and so too Catch a Fire cannot win. Down the back straight they go, and leading them in front is Gainsford right on its hammer to Harlem Harker. Through on the inside, driving home Hero Power. Zara could be dangerous from there. Round the outside, Thrilling Zoom with big strides, and back and behind them to Blue and Curly. The others can't win as they swing the corner. Driving through the inside, Power Zara. Thrilling Zoom late, Power Zara sees it through from Thrilling Zoom, and Gainsford holds third. Then Harlem Harker, Check the Mail dead stiff and made up good ground. Blue and Curly back behind those runners. Amber Light finished back towards the tail, and Catch a Fire knocked out of it at the first bend. Power Zara for Jean and Dave Fahey, and has ended up at pretty big odds on the tote, and has produced another big run in the final. The field scattered at the first bend with Amber Light awkward round that bend, and in bother had been Check the Mail and Catch a Fire, two of our favoured contenders. Up front, Gainsford set them up. Opara Zara zipped through the inside, and Thrilling Zoom stomped down centre track. His run to second for a 6-7-1. And then Harlem Harker, who showed good early pace and has held on for fourth ahead of Blue and Curly. And Chick the Male was making good ground, and he'd made up another couple of places before the lure as well. From the hop, all the speed with the 1 and the 5. And the racing Run Lacey Run is slow to go, and Opawa Wally was slow as well. On the inside, we've got Going Hard, Chokti Ellis Early's got to hold up the pace. Going Hard there with it would have been Nitro Lewis, could be hard from there. Inazuma trying to sneak through into it. Around the outside comes Run Lacey Run, back and behind these runners. Then we've got Opawa Wally and Vicky's Quest. Up they come. Chokti Ellis screams away and scores. Tight second and third. Ooh, maybe Inazuma or Run Lacey Run, not too much in that. Back behind them, Nitro Lewis, and Opawa Wally was back behind those runners. Further back in the race to Vicky's Quest. B Rabbit was never in the hunt, nor was Miss McFly. We've got ourselves a whopping quaddie coming up tonight if anyone nabs it. He's still live. Good luck to you. Chokti Ellis off the inside. Class 4 winner 2 starts back, and that was off box 8, and she paid 20 that night. And she's hopped off the boxes beautifully, and Run Lacey Run didn't. Nitro Lewis was handy early. Thought he'd be the go from there, but Inazuma's got underneath him here, and around the outside, Run Lacey Run. Gee, not like Nitro Lewis to run like that up the straight either, so I just wonder if he's okay. He might have even been shut out of fourth, which is remarkable, but one wins easily, Chokti Ellis. Just about set. Racing, pop some tags, just a fair break, flying out the inside, lead foot linear, and going with it early too would have been Kazillion Hard. Here's pop some tags around the outside with massive strides. Red Mover Hoover trying to come with it, and Opawa Sister trying to sneak through the inside. Homebush crashes a long way from them with Sir Richie and lead foot Lenny. Pop some tags, screams to the lead from Kazillion. Pop some tags, Kazillion, probably Red Mover Hoover up for third, narrowly there from Opawa Sister. Homebush crash back behind them. Sir Richie was back with them when they crossed, so too was Super Rooster, never in the hunt. And the one that ended up tailed off was Lenny, I think, back at the tail of the field. Pop some tags, does it again, box 8. Not a great beginning. The 2, the 1, they went hard early, and they put 3 links on them early. Now, Kazillion might have got to Lenny here at the first bend, and pop some tags, puts in the burn around the outside. Kazillion